Hi guys, how are you? And welcome back to another video. Last week I showed you guys 4 watches that I will be reviewing in the weeks to come, and this week we have the first watch in the lineup. Now I have to say that most of these watches were bought around the Christmas time and a little bit before that, and I actually did get a chance to wear the watches properly, as in for a longer period of time, for me to form a proper opinion about what I do or don't like about them. Now, like I said, we have the first watch in our lineup today, which is the Xiaomi Ciga design, and this watch, I believe, was released around the same time as the MVMT Arc Watch, the first automatic watch that MVMT made. So I think, in my opinion, and probably I think you guys kind of noticed that as well, if for people that are familiar with the watch, that this would be a great contender to that watch, and at the same time, it's a lot cheaper. I think it's like 60% cheaper than that. Not that I would know my maths correctly, so don't quote me on that. Now, let's get into the box. Let's see what we have in the box. Today we'll be looking at specific specs, measurements, and all that, and we'll do a wrist shot to see you guys how it looks on the wrist, and I'll let you guys what I do, what I like or and don't like about it. Now, first, your really typical box, cardboard box with just Chinese writing on it. Not that I would know. You have the kind of Xiaomi logo design, the logo here, and not a lot else on the side. Now let's get this box. Let's get it out of the box. Just put that away. Again, pretty standard box. White box with more white and more white. White box with more white. White box with more Chinese writing here, and even on the back as well. Pretty simple. Nothing super spectacular. Now let's just take that off as well. So, out of the box, another sheet with more Chinese. Not that I would try to understand what that is, and a bit of instructions here on how to operate the watch. Again, first and second position, what it does. Another sheet with the instructions for the bracelet, because it comes on. It gives you 2 bracelets with quick release pins, which is kind of cool. You have your leather and your mesh strap here, and the mesh strap's actually pretty nice. Put that aside, and you have the watch. Now, before we get into that, I'm just going to take that out and show you guys the straps that it comes on, and we'll put it on the strap, so so we have something to grip and show you guys how it kind of looks. Let me just take that out, put that aside, and you have your straps here. So you have your mesh strap with the adjusting buckle there, which is kind of cool, and you have your leather strap. Now, the leather strap is not the best. We'll put it first on the leather strap to see you guys how it looks like, and then we'll put it on the mesh, and I'll talk about them about the 2 of them as we're going along. Now, first, let's have a look at the watch. So you have a pretty standard set of specs and measurements here. So you have 40 millimeters in diameter. You have a thickness of a little over 11 millimeters, and you have a lug-to-lug of a little over 47 millimeters. So let's just have a look at that case. So it's stainless steel, 3-on-L stainless steel case with a sapphire crystal on top, which is kind of cool, because you get, as we're all adjusted to these, and we all got used to these things, Chinese, most of these watches all around the price range would come with a sapphire crystal. So if you do know what you're going for, it's actually pretty good. And to put that in comparison, the Arc Watch, the MVMT Arc Watch, I'm not having a go at the watch, but at the same time, this watch, the MVMT Arc Watch comes with the same movement, and it comes with a hardened mineral crystal. So and it costs $300. I haven't done the equivalent in euros, but still, it's a bit crazy. I'll put a link into the description box below or I'll have all the links you need for you to do your comparisons. I'm not endorsing or having a go at the MVMT watches, but still, it's just it's good for comparison reasons. So let's just get back on the case, and let's get back on the case. See what I did there? Hey, yeah, of course, yeah, why not? So sapphire crystal, and the dial. It has this kind of starburst effect. You have the date at the 3 o'clock position, starburst effect, which is quite nice, because it kind of looks like, depending on how the light hits it, it actually looks very nice. You have applied indices all around, double baton, and at 12 o'clock, and really thin hands, which is nice because it makes the watch look very classy, but it's very hard to read depending on the lighting. So even still in broad daylight, I know there should be a bit of contrast, but it isn't because there's no lume on it. You wouldn't want lume, so this, I think it's more of a fashion watch, which later on I'll let you, I'll fill you guys in on all the details, and because it's one of the things I don't particularly like about it. Automatic at the 6 o'clock position and nothing else. It's kind of cool because there's not a lot of branding on the dial, so it keeps it really, really nice and simple. And like I was saying, sapphire crystal on top, and I think there's a bit of AR coating because depending on how the light hits it, it's just a bit of, there's a bit of anti-reflective glare. So still, I can't guarantee 100%, but I think it's either the actual dial or the crystal. Now, turning it around, it's a pressed case, so 50 meter water resistant, and there you have the automatic Miyota movement A210, and this has around a 40-hour power reserve, 41-hour power reserve, which is kind of cool. One of the things with these ones is just that it's a bit loud, so you can actually, while I was doing a few takes for the video, while I was putting the box down, I had to wait until it stopped spinning because these tend to spin a lot, so yeah, they'll be actually pretty loud. Having a look at the crown, and you have just a little bit of engraving here on the crown, push-pull crown, the usual position, and again, high polish on the case, because you can see, guys, it's really, really full of fingerprints. So you have to keep wiping it. But it's a good finish all around. So, like, again, it's a plus because, like, for the amount of money that you're paying for this thing, it's actually decent value. Let's put on one of the straps and everything, and I'll show you guys how it looks like. Which one should we start first? Let's start with the leather, and we'll talk about it as we're going along. So it comes with 2 leather straps with quick release pins, which is kind of cool. Now, this might be a little bit difficult to do on camera. Come on, Georgie boy. Come on, Georgie boy. Boom. That's 1. And that is... Oops. That is 2. Now, sorry if I don't put that in the center of the shot. There you go. Perfect. That was quicker than I expected. So, strap. It has a 20mm lug width, which is kind of good, which is good because it fits the watch perfectly. Now, the first strap that it comes on, genuine leather. It says, like, I've done a bit of research, and it says that it's genuine leather, but it's actually pretty stiff, and I haven't worn it since I bought the watch. I've only worn it on the mesh strap. It's just the way it is, and it's just the way it feels. And it's really, really rough, and it doesn't actually fit the side. It doesn't fit my wrist. I don't have a huge wrist. I only have 6.3 inches on the wrist. But it's just the way it feels really stiff. So it hasn't. Right, I think we're going somewhere else with this. Let's just gently move on. Anyway, not a good quality strap, I have to say. No branding on it. No branding on the buckle either. So on that, I think that's a bit of a negative, but at the same time, when you look at it, you're getting 2 straps for the money, so I shouldn't actually be too critical. Let's put it back on the mesh strap and show you guys how it looks like. Actually, first, let's put it on the wrist. I'm wearing my usual G-Shock today, my daily beater, which is brilliant because you can use this thing, like I said, going in a fire and come back and still be able to tell the time on it. So I'm just going to go a bit off camera to put it on my wrist because it's a bit uncomfortable. So bear with me for just a moment there. If I had elevator music, I would probably put that in the background, but I don't. Now, there we go. So it doesn't, there we go. So it doesn't actually look that bad. A little over 11mm, so it fits my wrist perfectly. So it's a nice fit, nice and tight there, as you can see. But again, the strap is a bit stiff, and I haven't worn it, I have to say, to loosen it up. But still, I'm not a big fan of it. I think if you have a different kind of strap around the house, you can probably put it on. As I'm sure you watch guys, people that actually love their watches, have a lot of other straps. Now, let's take that off and put it on the mesh strap and show you guys how it looks like. I think the mesh strap suits it better, but that's just me. Because the whole whole fashion watch thing and the mesh strap actually looks better with this. So it's a different kind of style. Now let me see if I don't get that done up the other way around. Again, hopefully I get this done really quick. That went pretty smooth, I have to say. And the mesh strap, guys, is actually, as opposed to other mesh straps that I've seen around, I had in one of my videos once, I had a watch, it was a Cadison, it was a quartz watch that cost around 30, 35 US dollars. And it actually, the mesh strap on that one was horrible. And I think that the actual mesh strap cost more than the watch, I have to say, when in fabrication, but still. There we go. And this is the mesh strap. And the cool thing about these straps that are actually infinitely adjustable, somebody used the term. The buckle here is a bit of it's a bit, you know, kind of thin sheet of thin sheet of metal, and you'll actually get a few scratches on it. But that's okay. It's fine. If that's the only thing that I have to complain about the strap, that's grand, because it's actually really good quality and it's actually really well made. So I can't complain. And that's how, like, it actually suits the watch better. There you go. Now let's just take that off, guys, and kind of get to the conclusions of the video. So things that I said that I will complain about. First of all would be the strap, the leather strap that it comes on. But it's not necessarily a complaint, because you get two straps and the mesh strap actually is much better quality, and you get, like, that looks a lot better. Second thing, the movement, but it also, I think that all the complaints come with a bit of a positive as well, positive flip to it. So it is a Miyota movement, yes, good quality movement, great. It's just that it's a bit loud, and sometimes I can still spin, I can still hear it in, like, when I'm having a conversation with somebody and I've moved my hand, I can still hear it spinning. So again, but at the same time, it is a Miyota, it is a reliable movement, something that you won't find in most watches, or you will find in at this price point, or you'll find in watches that cost a lot more than that. Third thing, the legibility. You can't actually see it. It's just you can't actually tell the time sometimes. I know it sounds a bit weird, but when the light hits it at certain angles, yeah, the dial looks great, I have to say, but at the same time it's really hard to read. So especially at night time, you just go, well, I have a nice watch on my wrist, why don't I just check the time? Oh, I can't, because I can't see it, because the contrast, it just doesn't work. And lastly, it is good value for money when it comes to comparison to the movement watch, because it's just, you know, if you do decide to buy the movement watch, yeah, that's okay, that this is a better option. But at the same time, it is a fashion watch, I have to say. It was just good specs, and since I actually bought it a few months ago, I kind of got bored of it. So, like, I wouldn't see myself wearing it in the last month or so. I didn't wear it that much because it's too simple, like, and it doesn't do much, and it just doesn't have that much, like, the enthusiasm was there at first, so I wasn't super excited about it. But I was super excited about it, but now it's just, oh, okay, I keep, you know, looking through my watch box. Oh, I'm just gonna skip this for today, and a month down the line you go, oh, I haven't worn this in quite a while now. So that will be it, like. But still, guys, this was the review of the Ciga Design 2017 Xiaomi U-Pin. All the name, again, it's going to be in the description box. This was my opinion about it. Please click a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you guys own one of these watches, again, feel free to leave in the comments section below what you thought about them, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned, and because in the next videos I will have the review of the next ones and why I bought them. Thank you very much, guys, for sticking in, and I will see you guys again. Bye.